time on White Collar Garage, we're going to be changing the heater hose adapter that comes out of the intake manifold. This one has a leak. It's pretty common on these things, so let's get started. Okay, so the quick coupler for the heater hose is right here, and a lot of times this is where the leak comes if you have leaking that drops out by like the end of the engine. So you crimp these two little white connectors and you wiggle it back and forth. Now you want to make sure that you have a coolant pan underneath it to hold this stuff. So you keep your radiator cap on too. This is going to shoot out some fluid like it just did. And we're just going to let it leak all over the place and not worry about it. So you take these up and you fold these over. And then you pop these off. Then you're going to slide a new one up on here, and then you check and make sure that none of this right here is eaten or rotten away, because sometimes that's what happens to these things. We'll set this off to the side. We'll get a 12-inch extension and a 1 1/16" socket. I'll put it down on there. You got that one out. I'm going to grab the new one. Sometimes these can be kind of hard to start, so we want to make sure that we're not cross-threading it. Also, you have to watch out because this is the battery connection right here for the alternator. So if this is busted off or broken, make sure you disconnect your negative battery cable, or when you get touching the socket and this stuff together and you touch that, you'll send sparks all over the place. So we got that one in. Now you don't want to over tighten these, you just want to get them fairly snug. Slide that off, then we're going to take this and slide it in. Make sure these two clips right here slide into the little housings, and you try to pull this out. Make sure it doesn't pull out. There you go, and you hook it back down in. Make sure it all is nice and set in there. And now we're going to top off the cooling system and you're done. You don't have to worry about an air pocket or coolant not behind the thermostat, because you saw how little we lost. As long as you keep the radiator cap on and you do this when it's cold, these little quick couplers are real fast and easy to change, and they don't make that big of a mess. So we'll fill up the cooling system. So you can squeeze on the upper radiator hose and try to get coolant to start flowing through that heater hose. But you can see we're not going to get much coolant in it. So we're going to set some extra fluid in the overflow bottle, fire this thing up, and call it done. So we just showed you how to change that heater hose adapter. We started it up, ran it for a little while. There's no coolant leak there anymore, and the coolant level's full. We just lost a little bit doing it that way. So thanks for watching White Collar Garage. We'll see you next time.